The 45 minutes or the 1 hour we're out of the meditation cushion, off the meditation cushion, is the most important time. That is when our practice really is. Why? Because that is the time we can collect more negative demerit, or more positive merit. Why is that? Because we live more out of the cushion, off of the cushion, than we do on the cushion. Some of us, the meditation cushion is like a prison. The 20 or 30 or 15 or 10 minutes we need to do our sadhanas and mantras is like a prison. But actually, that is not the actual practice. That is when we set what we're supposed to do for that day. And then we set what we're supposed to do daily, weekly, monthly, and we push ourselves toward, you will see a change. In this life, everything you have, no matter how little or how big it is from effort. Even some of us, let's say we're married and we have a rich husband, and the rich husband takes care of us. Even that, some people say, well, they're not doing anything. That still is method. There is some sort of effort that arises from some sort of method. Why is that? You have to please your husband. You have to mold yourself, go to sleep at the time he likes to go to sleep, or eat what he likes to eat, wear what he likes you to wear, go and do what he likes you to do. So you need to adjust yourself and change yourself somehow to get some kind of result. So even people who are doing nothing, they think they are doing something to transform themselves or change themselves. For better or worse is different. To gain some kind of happiness or security. So while we have the freedom now, we have the opportunity now, we have a Dharma center, we have a Dharma teacher, our body is healthy, our mind is sound, our senses are clear. We should put 100% into the effort of doing Dharma. Why is that? Then we'll become comfortable with ourselves. We'll be very, very comfortable with ourselves. When we are comfortable with ourselves, the happiness we experience will be immeasurable. When we think about it, how come after we do a Dharma action we feel very happy? How come after 10 million liximas we're all very happy? How come? That's how you check if something is natural. How come when we're sneaky and we don't do our work, for the moment our body doesn't hurt as much or our mind doesn't have to think as much, actually we're not happy because we're worried about what people think. We're worried about being harmed. We're not happy. Definitely we're not happy. Why? Someone else has to do our job. And we seem like, oh, I got away with it and I feel happy. But we're not, because we're worried. We're insecure. For the few minutes or the few hours that we experience the happiness from not doing our responsibility or cheating or not pushing ourselves, actually the price is very high. Why? We lose respect from people. People don't like us. We get ostracized. We lose respect for ourselves. The price is very high. It's not something worth paying for. Why? Why is it not worth paying for? You think about it. Because we are social beings. We need interaction with each other. We need people to smile at us. We need a warm human touch. We need care. We need to talk. We need to have conversation. We need someone to acknowledge us. We need attention. So if we need all that, how can we get love, respect, attention, care, and human warm feeling or warm interaction from people if they don't respect us? If they don't respect us, how do we get this warmth and good feeling from other human beings? How? So when we don't get this warmth and good feeling from other human beings, how do we feel? We can't give warmth and love and care to other human beings. Why? Because we're not getting it. And when we're not getting it, we don't give it. Then when other people also need it, they don't get it. Then they don't give it to us, and it becomes a very ugly cycle. What's that cycle? Of unhappiness, loneliness, a feeling that I'm not getting affection and care, and also, even worse, for many people, not are they feeling bad that they don't get it. They feel worse about not being able to give it. They're not able to give affection. They're not able to give love. They're not able to give any type of good feeling to another person, and that makes them feel very bad. Why is that? Because humans like to give as well as receive. So if we can't get good feeling from others, and we can't get good feeling from others when we don't feel happy. When we don't feel happy, that is unnatural. How we act every single day has an incredible impact for people around us. It has an impact to ourselves, and it has an impact to the people around us. And the reason for that is, every day how we act, if we don't take responsibility and we don't do what we're supposed to do, and we don't act in a natural frame of mind, if we don't act that way every single day, what happens is that we are going towards loneliness, unhappiness, fear, doubt, insecurity. Why? Because every single day we are sending that message to everybody around us. If you associate with me, I'm going to create problems for you. I'm going to make you insecure. I'm going to make you worried about me. I'm going to make you take responsibility for me. And everything that I do, you're going to have to check up and watch out and be careful, because I don't take responsibility for myself. So if you're around me, I'm a burden. I create heaviness and burdens around you. So that's one day, then it's 2 days and 3 days. After a few days, after a few weeks, after a few months, definitely the people around us will get that message from us. What's that message? The message is, I will create unhappiness for you if I come around you. And so when we send that message to people, there's no way we can be happy. Why? All of us, there's no exception. Even people who stay in solitary meditational retreats in the mountains, locked away, they still need love, they still need care and respect from people. You see, respect doesn't have to be proximity. Meaning, if you're very near me, then I can respect and love you, you can love and respect me, and we can be near each other. It can be that we're thousands of miles away from someone. We still need that from them. Because a human feeling of love, respect, and care is not space or proximity or closeness. It is an emotional feeling. It is an emotional feeling. That is why if someone is 100 miles away or 1,000 miles away and we don't see them for months or years, they can still affect us dramatically. If we hear from someone, oh, that person living in America doesn't feel good about me and they're very disappointed with me, it will affect us even if I live all the way in China. Even if I live in America, it will affect me. Why? Because it's not the proximity. Proximity is closeness or far. It is a feeling. It is a feeling. So that's why if we do something wrong and we avoid a person or we avoid a situation, that doesn't make us happy. Why? Because it's not proximity. It's not how close. It's we know how that person feels about us. We know how we made the person feel about us. We know how we made the person feel about them when we're around them. So when we know how they feel and how we made them feel and how they have lost respect for us or they have lost care for us, and we created that. Even if we live in the same room with them or we live on different planets, we will feel unhappy. Why? Because human interaction does not depend on close or far, or rather the word is proximity. So people who escape and run, there is no escape. If we know that we've made other people happy, or we've damaged other people, or we've used other people, or we've not been kind with other people, or done our part, if we live very far away, every day we feel worried and upset. But you say, but I don't have to see the person, I don't feel it. No. Whether you see the person and then they say things to you and it activates it, or you don't see them and it remains dormant, it's still with you. It is still with you. It is still with you. Why is it still with you? Because anytime it can be activated. And dormancy is very, very, very dangerous. Because why is dormancy dangerous? Because it can activate at the wrong time. And also, when you're with the person or with the situation, you're able to control it to some degree. To purify it, to get rid of it, or to resolve it. But when we run and when we escape and when we hide, it becomes bigger. Why does it become bigger? Because the chance of having a relationship or changing or transforming it might be lost in this life. Why could it be lost in this life? We lose many opportunities. We lose many opportunities. And if we silently let it be lost, then everything else we do to obtain happiness is also a sham, is also fake. Why? Everything that we do, sitting, eating, getting dressed, going any place, it's already preordained or it's already in our mind that I'm going to do this so I'll be happy. So how can we wish for happiness when we do actions that are opposite of happiness? How can we wish for happiness when we do actions that are opposite of getting happiness? So therefore, the message we send to other people, the message that we send to other people is very powerful. After a day, a week, for some people a few hours, a few years, how do everybody feel around us? Do they respect us? Do they feel we're sneaky? Do they feel we don't care? How do they feel? For example, when people see my dog, when they see my dog, they think, oh, Yogi's so friendly. He doesn't bite. He's got a great personality. He's very cooperative. He listens. Oh, I like that. Why? Because one day we observe he's like that. The next day we observe he's like that. The next day. After a while, the mind's very relaxed. We don't examine Yogi anymore. We just say, oh, he's like that. He's very friendly. He's very gentle. He's very cooperative. His eyes are very soft. He has a very good heart. He's the type of dog that's actually a very nice dog. So we already know that we don't need to check. Because that's the message he sends to us every single day. And he's a dog. Imagine the message we send to people around us. Just imagine the message we send. When we're around people, they think, uh-oh, I have to be alert with this person now because this person's going to forget something, going to destroy something, knock over something, break something, hurt something. Uh-oh. Or then what's the other message? Uh-oh, if we go around this person, we're going to have to pay for everything. We're going to have to be alert because it's always going to be some kind of, like trying to trick us or get something from us. Uh-oh, when I'm around this person, I'm going to have to do all the work. They're not going to do their share. They're not going to do what they have to do. I can't depend on them. I can't rely on them. And whatever meetings we have or whatever we have decided to do, they're not going to do their part. Why? Because that's the message they've been sending me for weeks and months and days and years. Uh-oh, I don't think I want to be with this person. And that's the message we send ourselves. So how can we have a happy relationship with other people? How can we have an intimate relationship with other people? Because we can't be intimate with ourselves. Why can't we be intimate with ourselves? Because we're not comfortable with ourselves. Why are we not comfortable with ourselves? Because deep down inside ourselves, we know what we're doing to create the problems. So we're not happy. That's why people who are not happy with themselves and with other people, they're angersome. They get angry very quick. They're defensive. They protect themselves very much. And they always do things in such a way to impress other people. Why? Because they're hiding. So even those people who you compliment or give good things or you work with them or you do things with them, they don't feel happy. Why? Because they're not acting from a natural state of mind. They're acting from a hidden mind. They're hiding something. They're hiding. So what happens is, what is the message we're sending out to people? What is the message? When we think about monks, we fold our hands. We want to make offerings. We show respect. We want to prostrate. Why? Because most monks act in such a way that we want to be like that with them. There are some monks in robes that are not really good monks. But you see, those are less than the good monks. So then when we think about monks, immediately we go, oh. Now when we think about gangsters or people who sell drugs and prostitution, immediately when we think about them, we don't like them. But there are people who are gangsters and prostitutes who are really nice people, kind people. They're in their situation not because they want to be, they're forced. Perhaps it's a family business or because they're engaged, they're a kid, they've been inducted, we don't know. But they are. But most of the time it is by will, it's because they want to hurt other people or cheat or get a shortcut or break the law. So when we think about gangsters, we think, oh, I don't want to be associated with them. Similarly, What is the message we send out to people every day? And the message we send out to people, you have to understand, is not as strong as the message we send to ourselves. Why? The message we send to other people is filtered, is covered, is hidden, it's glazed over, it's beautified. It's pretty much not the truth what we're sending to other people. So if we're nice to people, it might be we're nice, it might be we want something. So my point is, but the message we send to ourselves is unfiltered, is direct, and is unhidden. Why is that? Why is that? Because we can't hide from ourselves. So if we keep sending this message to ourselves, what's my point? My point is, the message we're sending to other people might be 50 or 40% less than the message we send to ourselves because it's filtered, but eventually it builds up. See, whether you fill this cup up by drops of water, or you fill it up by a strong force of water, it'll still fill up. One is less, one is quicker, one is slower. Similarly, the message we send to other people is filtered, so it's slower, but it will build up. But the message we send to ourselves is not filtered, and that's very dangerous. Why? After a while, it'll be very difficult to change ourselves. Very, very difficult. If we don't accept in the law of karma, at this point, it's silly. It's actually beyond ridiculous at this point if we don't accept karma. We have too much evidence of it in our lives, in our personal lives. But if for any silly reason we still don't believe in karma, we don't live according to the law of karma, then we have to live according to the law of human association, socialization. Why is that? If we send a message that we're irresponsible, that we don't care, then no matter what damage we do to other people, we will find ourselves alienated. We'll find ourselves away. So we can be in the middle of a big group, but still people won't respect us. People won't like us. How do you know? Because you can feel how edgy, how worried, and how you react to people. When people tell you things or say things to you, whether they're older, whether they're younger, whether they're good people or bad people, you'll react negatively to them. You will react very fast. So your anger will become bigger. Your unhappiness will become stronger. Your depression will become deeper. The hole you dig will become deeper and deeper and deeper. That's how you know you're not happy. So if you see yourselves becoming more angry, using more ugly language, alienating people that you like, or hurting people that you like, then you know you're on the wrong path. Why is that? That's the message you're sending to other people. So we have to think about that. Then think, what's the big deal if we send a message to other people? I don't believe in karma, there's no karma. That's okay also. But you have to believe in love, human association, respect, kindness. You need other people to survive. You need your friends. Whether your friends are in the Dharma or not in the Dharma doesn't make a difference. People out of the Dharma will tolerate more of your negative action because they have ulterior motive towards you. And you have ulterior motive towards them. But eventually your motivation will catch up with you and your relationship will break up. People in the Dharma will also tolerate more because they have a better understanding of the mind. But people in the Dharma, their relationship can break up also. Why? Because people in the Dharma are not necessarily Buddhas. So if you're in the Dharma, your relationship with people can break up. You shouldn't have this projection, people need to tolerate me more because they're in the Dharma. They probably already do tolerate you much, much more. But people, if you're saying, I'm not going to get involved with Dharma, I'm going to get involved with just outside samsara friends, that's all right too, but your association with them will be short-lived also. Short-lived and not very long, because why? If they don't get what you want, if they don't get what they want out of you, there's no reason for them to tolerate you. So outside people don't get what they want from you, they won't tolerate you. If they want money from you, if you don't have it, they're not going to tolerate you at all. They're not even going to look at you. If you don't have power, they're not going to tolerate you. If they want sex from you, maybe you can give them sex now, but your sex will run out one day. Because you can't be young and beautiful forever, you can't be skinny and fit forever. You'll run out. Or by disease. Some people cannot give sex anymore because they get ugly diseases. Age. So if people want wisdom from you, maybe your wisdom lasts 1 day or 2 days, so after they see through you that you don't have much wisdom, that you're just full of gossip, then they also lose respect for you or they don't need you. So on the outside, how much people tolerate you is how much they can get from you or how much you can give to them. And that's very important to know. So what's my meaning behind all that? There's no escape. There is no escape. What is the message we send out to other people? What is the message? And what is the message we're getting from other people? Are people alienating us? Staying away? Not really wanting to be close to us? And when we get that message from other people, combined with the message we send ourselves, anger will arise. Defense will arise. More harsh words will arise. Why? Because we need to say and do more things to protect ourselves. We think we're protecting ourselves, but we're not. Why are we not protecting ourselves? Protection means that we can't feel the pain that we're feeling. If we feel the pain that we're feeling, how can that be protection? It can't be protection. Protection means not feeling the pain that we are protecting ourselves from. If we can feel the pain, we are not protecting ourselves. We are not effective. We're not effective. So we have a wall that's falling apart, that's got holes and it's cracked, and the enemy can shoot us through the walls, or can sneak through the walls, or climb up the wall. Wouldn't it be better just to open up the door, let the enemy in, and surrender? Just surrender. You have a better chance of survival if you surrender. So that's why what we should do is we should surrender. We should stop protecting our laziness. We should stop protecting our lack of effort, lack of awareness. We should stop protecting it. We should open the door and just surrender. Enemies can become very good friends. So like that, what is the message we're sending out to other people? What is the message we're sending out to others all around us every single day? What is the message? What is the message? So if it's the wrong message we're sending out to other people, how can we expect happiness?